What is good? It's your boy PhaseOne. I have uploaded this tutorial of how I made Bringer of Death, my new song with In Heart's Wake, which just came out on Sounds of Mayhem. So carry on, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial. And also, if you really enjoy it, you can get the whole masterclass. I'll put it in the link below. So first things first, I'm just gonna mess around with a Serum and see what we can do. Start it init patch init, and I'm gonna try and do some kind of plucky gun style things. I think to try and match the dun 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 dun. They're very you know. I think I'm gonna try and do something like that. Whatever. Let's try with that. We can always change it later. But I'm gonna on envelope mode, make this wavetable move. So I'm gonna it's gonna start there-ish and then come down to 0 basically and finish on it's not a sine wave, what is it? Whatever that is. It's like a combination of whatever. But yeah, you can hear it's get that kind of messy start, and then it finishes just on a sustain note basically, and that's why we've got an envelope mode set, because it'll that shape will go down and then it will stay at that point until you release the trigger. So let's start with that. So what we're going to do is every gun, not every gun, but you kind of essentially want a really sharp curve. So you want the to get that attack sound, you want the initial transient of the sound, I guess you would say, to start at a higher pitch and work its way down like this to the actual note. So generally you can do an octave above, makes sense sonically. Sometimes you can even go up to let's just do it here. Chuck it on there and the coarse pit, and actually wait, I want to make sure it's only going one way. Very important. So what's that at? So 12, that's 12 semitones basically. So that's an octave. Sometimes you could even go up to 19, which is an octave plus 7, you basically the 7th note, a perfect 5th. That's also sonically correct. So, there's no rules, but I generally kind of either go 19 or 12, an octave, sometimes even 7. But let's just go 12 for now. I think that's probably the most common thing. So when I play it now, you'll hear it go do. Actually, envelope mode. You only want it to happen once every time it's triggered. So you can hear it go, and to show you even more drastic example, if you do that. So that's what it's doing, but we want it to be really quick, a chug, really quick like that. Yeah. So next step, I think we just want to mess with the filter. So let's put what's a good one? Just a filter like that. And we're just going to put this on the cutoff. So, also on envelope mode. But we want. Yeah, something like that. It sounds really silly right now, but it'll make sense once we start getting into the processing of it. But I think something like that should be okay for now. I'm planning ahead right now. I'm in my head because I know what we're going to be doing with the distortion and stuff. So I don't think we need a whole lot in here. I think we're going to do most of the stuff afterwards in Ableton. So I'm just gonna a bit of distortion. Why not? compressor, yeah. Why don't I need that? Some EQ. Yeah, let's do some EQ. I'm gonna change the LFO here so it kind of makes a bit more sense, because we want it to sound more gunny, so we want it to be like and cut off. Yeah, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I crank it a bit, you'll hear it a bit better. Okay, well, I cranked too much. Lol. Anyway, I'm gonna put the same LFO on some of these frequencies. So often you get a lot of mud in like the 300, 400 hertz kind of range in like a lot of basses. So I like to cut a bunch of that stuff out. So, and I'm going to automate it so it does a little kind of get a little movement in there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do one over here as well. Except I'm going to boost this one, not too much, but just enough. Just enough. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? Anyway, basic patch. So I'm going to cheat a little bit just to save time, but I'll run through everything. I've got like a fat rack, you know, everyone's got their own version of it. I've got a specific rack that I have which I made for guns. It's right there. So I'm just going to chuck this on, and you'll notice like a world of difference, and I'll go in and explain why and how. So that's how it sounded before, and this is how it sounds now. So yeah, world of difference. There's not a whole lot of stuff going on. It's I tried to use mostly Ableton stock for this. So obviously in this course you're going to be getting the whole project file, and obviously you'll get some racks with it. Just everything that we've done here, you know, in the whole course you'll be able to have access to. So that's fun. So don't worry about trying to copy all the settings and everything, because like you'll literally just be able to find it in the session. So I've just got an amp here at 50% dry wet, and the fun thing is you can go through and choose trial all the different settings. I like to use heavy because, you know, here we are making heavy music, so why not? So lots of different options. It's pretty fat. So, but I mean, like without it, I guess it still sounds pretty cool. I thought it was going to sound a lot duller, but yeah, we got a bunch more stuff to go through. I did put a disperser on there, just on like the Megadonk preset, because why not? It just kind of adds some like, yeah, just disperses the frequency around a bit. It makes it sound a little bit kind of interesting. I don't know. Another important characteristic of this rack is hybrid reverb. So I've got it. When you first put hybrid reverb on, it comes like there's a blend. So it's like it's half like impulse response and half reverb. So if you turn it all the way to the left, it's going to be all like convolution reverb, which is basically, yeah, it's kind of like what I was explaining before with the cabinet thing. It's all impulse responses, and yeah, it's just fun just to scroll around through these presets and find something that sounds cool. Like I'll bring it up a bit so it sounds a bit more drastic, and obviously you can mess with the decay. I've got it nice and short. This is my gun rack, so everything's all preset short. I like to have it on convolution mode, but yeah, let's have a listen to this. Yeah, we want it shorter, obviously, because we're trying to keep it nice and tight. And then honestly, I just like scrolling through and trialing different impulse responses. Bigger spaces, let's try that. Let's just keep it simple. Like, that's nice, but I want it short. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just go with that. But I don't want it that drastic. This is because I want the sound to be quite kind of raw, like more like that, you know. Like we want a bit of stuff going on, but nothing too crazy. Anyway, I don't want this whole lesson just to be trying to make the sound, which it's probably going to end up being like that. But let's just move forward a bit. Anyway, so the rest of the rack is honestly just a bunch of multi-band compression, OTT, like tiny bits of reverb in there, like with the decay all the way down. Got it set to high, obviously. Then yeah, just more more compression and a bunch of EQ just to kind of like take out some of those harsh frequencies and boost some of the ones we want. Like we want it to be nice and chunky, and we want it to be nice and crisp for that attack. Yeah, I mean, even something like that kind of sounds good. Resample this because important thing. I mean, me personally, I like to work in audio. If you couldn't tell already, like I love being able to see like what I'm doing, you know. So I'm just gonna. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and freeze that. And fun fact, you probably knew this already, but if you hold Option and drag it up, you literally just create an audio copy of it. So there's our little audio copy, and yeah, we like if we kind of like fade off like that. Actually, let's fuck that beginning. Let's just get it from there. Yeah, nice and tight. And then that should be like a decent sounding little stab bass. Yeah. So let's just work with that for now. I want to do the same rhythm. I want to like replicate the same rhythm as what those guitars and drums are doing. So for now, I'm just going to do that. Dun, 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 dun. Right? Dun, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Dun, 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 dun. All right, cool. So this will be our drop. Don't need that. Get rid of that. So. Yeah, let's go with that for now. Cool. Let's move on because I want to try and get as much done as possible as in the time that we have. I'm just going to add some drums real quick. I'm just going to go to my favorite go-tos right now. That's something for now. So this is how our EDM drums sound. Sure, why not? Yeah, there's a nice and high pass. Yep, that'll listen out. So yeah, I mean, with the basses, it kind of sounds like this. Yeah, that's something. I like that. it's a nice start at least, you know. So yeah, I like to just work on audio. It's just so much easier to move shit around, and like you can really mess with the phase and stuff. So I mean, we can always come back and like make different versions of that for variations and stuff. So like I'll just leave this one there for now. I'll just kind of hide it a little bit. Don't know if I'm fully liking the it just sounded a little clunky to me, but I think I have a remedy for that. So I'm gonna add a sub underneath that and kind of high pass that. This is just for like example's sake. Anyway, this is I'm not making this song to release it. I'm making the song just to show you how I work. So I'm gonna high pass it at around just over 100. A bit more. Sounds like there's a lot of stuff there we don't need either. Anyway, but together now we've got our low end sorted. I think it's coming together. This is it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's the drop. Anyway, that's enough time for this episode. In the next episode, we're really going to get down on filling out the drop, trying to add more like guitar elements into that as well to make it sound really full. And we'll also, now that we know what we're doing with the drop, we can kind of incorporate a lot of those ideas into the build. Cool. Sounds like a plan. See you in the next episode.